Welcome back to Library on Demand. In this video, we're going to talk about the resources that are available in the library and the different ways you can search them. Have you ever seen a toy like the Russian nesting dolls in this picture? This is the way I like to think about the resources available through our library. At first glance, there's just the big doll, which in our library is Summon. But if you look inside, you can unpack all the small dolls, databases, journals, articles, and books. But what does that all mean? Let me break it down for you. Articles are a piece of writing on a topic, easy peasy. Journals are like magazines that have been hitting the gym. They're beefed up from their more rigorous submission and review processes. Databases are a collection of digital materials, usually grouped by subject, that make research easier. An example you might already be familiar with is JSTOR. Now that you know the types of resources available, let's talk about the different ways you can search for them. On the library homepage, Summon is the default search selection. Think of Summon as Google for the library's resources. Those resources include the library's databases and physical holdings like books and journals. A Summon search can find a lot of results, so watch our video on smart searching for more tips or come and talk to a librarian. If you're working on a focused topic or your professor asks you to search a specific database, click on the database's A to Z link along the top of the homepage. This is where you can find links to all of the databases that we have access to. Some of them, like Academic Search Premier, are a general database that holds journals on many different topics. Others, like American Chemical Society publications, are focused on one specific topic. You can view the list of databases in alphabetical order or by subject. When you link to one of those, you will only be searching the journals and articles that nest within it. Since each database includes different journals, it's a good idea to search in more than one. Now, let's jump back to our homepage. Look at the search box again and click the Journals tab. This tab is useful if you need to see if the library has access to a specific journal. Say you're doing research on green initiatives on college campuses. Many of the best articles you found during your Summon search came from the journal Nature. So now you'd like to see what else has been covered in that publication. Type Nature in the search box. And it turns out we have access to this publication online as well as in our print holdings and on microfilm. Click the Academic Search Premier link to access Nature online, or go old school and actually come into the library to view the print and microfilm holdings. I promise, using the microfilm machine is way easier and more fun than you think. Okay, we're back on the home page, and now let's click in the last tab of the search box, the one for Geotom Catalog. Geotom, like George and Tom. Washington and Jefferson, get it? Anyway, this is where you can search for items that physically live in our library, like books, DVDs, microfilm, etc. This is also where you can search the library's collection of ebooks. You can search the Geotom catalog a few different ways. Using the drop-down menu, you can change the search from keyword to author, title, or other options. Summon will also find items that physically reside in our library, but sometimes it can be hard to separate them from all the digital resources. So using Geotom is the most efficient way to search for items that physically live in our library. The last type of resource available in our library, and arguably the coolest resource, is primary sources. Primary sources are created at the time an event happens or by someone who directly experienced an event. Examples of primary sources are tweets, newspaper articles, or diary entries. The reason I say these resources are the coolest is because they're housed in our college archives, which stays at a chilly 65 degrees year-round. Our archives is home to primary sources about the history of the college and the surrounding area of southwestern Pennsylvania. To find more information about the archives, click on Find Information at the top of the page and then select Archives from the drop-down menu. Or plan on coming to the library and talking to our college archivist or any of the other librarians. Now that you're aware of the types of resources you can find in our library and how to search for them, we recommend you watch the video on smart searching for more information. As always, anytime you have a question, just ask a librarian. We're here to help.